misconception that NDC has declined to append our signature. That is totally a misconception, because the roadmap, as has been drafted by the Peace Council, we see it as a vindication of our position on this whole vigilantism talks. Because we began by saying that vigilantism cannot be stopped just by two parties engaging, and that it takes more than two parties to be able to discuss the issue of vigilantism and to find out what should be done and to be able to implement a roadmap to end vigilantism. And so we suggested that all stakeholders must be brought around the table to discuss vigilantism. So we listened to everybody's perspective. At the end of the day, if conclusions are drawn and each of the stakeholders commits to do what they have to do to end vigilantism, then we can even get some monitoring group to observe the conduct of the various stakeholders and to see who is failing in their duties. Through that, we believe that vigilantism will end. When we took this position, the ruling party disagreed, the government disagreed, and still insisted that let us go and two parties can end it. Now, we succeeded in getting the National Peace Council on board, and we thought that the National Peace Council was going to moderate the first process and to be able to help to identify the various stakeholders who should come around the table to discuss vigilantism and put in place measures that will end vigilantism. At the end of the day, the National Peace Council itself declared that the preparatory talks were actually the talks to end vigilantism. We said, okay, we are on board, let's proceed. So we proceeded to a point where the National Peace Council has now to bring out a draft roadmap for implementation. And lo and behold, the draft that was generated by the National Peace Council, a very wonderful document. But out of 22 deliverables, you have only 4 that political parties can commit to deliver. The remaining 18 are imposing duties on stakeholders who did not participate in the talks. And we were saying that we started by saying, bring these people, so we listened to their perspective. At the end of the day, you commit them to do what they need to do to end vigilantism. You disagreed. Now you produce a roadmap and bring it to us, and there is nowhere these stakeholders are going to commit themselves to do what they should be doing. And it's only 2 political parties that are going to sign. Their signature will commit them to deliver on only 4 out of the 22. So how do you get the 18 implemented? So that is our position.